Lew Walton is now out the door. Talked to Jeanie Buss. Jeanie Buss told him to pack his suitcase, his fake Gator shoes, his Elvis Presley poster, his Lou Ross poster, his Bruce Springsteen poster, his Prince poster, and get the hell out of here. I'm just joking. What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming live direct from your mama's basement. And for all those who do not understand or follow me, I am what you call the most ruggedest. I ain't gonna say that because there's other people on this YouTube, website that's crazier than me. But anyway, Jeanie Buss put up a lot to talk about. We're gonna start with Jeanie Buss. Jeanie Buss, she had a meeting with Rob Pelinka and Klutch Management or Klutch Sport. I think it's Klutch Management. Anyway, you know me. I like to do it like this. I'm not going to edit my stuff because if I edit it, then I feel like I'm like everybody else. I come at you guys raw, straight from the ghetto, straight from the hood. Speaking at urbanese, if you don't know what urbanese is, don't worry about it. You ain't going to look it up. You're not going to find it because only I define that type of term of what I use when I talk. But anyway, I love doing this thing, what I do. And I love making you guys laugh. You know why? Because you guys are just as funny than me. Y'all just don't know it. But I'm tripping right now. You know why I'm tripping? Because I'm sitting there wondering, like, what the hell's going on with the Lakers? Let me hold on for a minute, guys. About to hit me a little drinky drink, because this is a beautiful Friday. And I just want to sit down and talk to you guys about what's going on with the Lakers front office. Okay, we know Magic Johnson stepped down. He stepped down based on the fact that he did not have the balls to fire Luke Walton. Yeah, Walton. And I'm going to call him Magic Conson, because that's what he did. He conned us out of a team. He basically destroyed our team. Him, Luke Walton, LeBron James and Pelinka, they all had this, all of them had this already planned out. I made a video about this with Ty Lue a while back. I'm actually going to put that video and the other video about Luke Walton, that Magic Johnson sent Luke Walton up to fail. I made those videos at the beginning of the season. No one, you had the regular fan base that follow me, my Lakers community that follow me, know I put these videos out, but I'm gonna link them again so you guys can see that I've been saying this from day one, that they were trying to get rid of Luke Walton. Now, the thing about it is this. Personally, Jeanie Buss had a meeting with, Rich Paul and LeBron James, put a foot down, basically told him, like, look, I run this organization. It's a Buss-led organization, meaning that I control the aspect of this team. Magic Johnson come out and said that people were talking behind his back, a lot of whispering, sneaky stuff going on. Rumors are that it was Pelinka. How true it is, we do not know. For all I'm concerned, it could be Phil Jackson, it could be Kobe Bryant, because Jeanie Buss had a lot of good men whispering in her ear. So we have to keep that in perspective. But she let them know that she's in control. But at the same time, you have to understand and realize LeBron James brings revenue, sales, money to the Laker organization. You don't believe me? Go look at the stock from the previous years up to now with LeBron. Now, the year before LeBron, stock went up a little bit because of Lonzo Ball. But this year it went up even more because LeBron James' name alone brings money to the seats or money to the organization. So anyway, she talked to them, and this is just me, basically just speaking out as if I was there. Nothing is not like this information is fact, but some of the stuff I'm saying is true. Some of the stuff is just me just doing speculation, and I don't really stick with rumors. But I'm thinking at the end of the day that they had a discussion. Rob Pelinka, as the GM, is going to go out and probably look for another coach. Right now, at the head is no more Jason Kidd, no more, what was the other guy, Juwan Howard. Mark Jackson's name was not mentioned at all. Some people come out and state that Mark Jackson hasn't done anything, and I don't understand how people still discredit Mark Jackson, knowing for the fact, if you look at his last 3 seasons with the Golden State Warriors, each year their record was going up and up and up. I think their last record with Mark Jackson, I think they were 53, I believe. I think they were like 50 something. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta look at it. It was either 50 something or 46. It was something like that in that perspective. And each year he was getting better. So I know some people say that, Steve Kerr came in there and ran the offense. Mark Jackson ran the offense too. Stop acting like Mark Jackson didn't run the offense. He didn't run the offense. How these boys were able to win games each and every year. The only difference Steve Kerr did is gave him a more open offense based on the fact that he learned a lot from Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, and at the end of the day, he just made the transition of putting David Lee, putting Draymond Green in front of David Lee, probably because he said seeing something different, which I'm going to say like this: Mark Jackson probably over the course of time, in the course of season, probably would have did the same thing, so let's make sure we get credit where credit's due. At least I respect Steve Kerr more than I respect the fan base, because the fan base does not give Mark Jackson his credit, but Steve Kerr has given Mark Jackson his credit on national TV. He said if it weren't for Mark Jackson teaching these guys defense and helping them mature into players, we wouldn't be here today. So to that perspective, so kudos to Steve Kerr for giving Mark Jackson his credit, which is due. But our fan base is so toxic. Some fans agreed, and some fans would rather roll with Ty Lue. I don't know what the hell why, but this is what y'all want. Okay, no problem. At the end of the day, LeBron James is the commander-in-chief of the Lakers organization. Don't be fooled. Don't be thinking that Jeanie Buss has power. She has power, but at the end of the day, LeBron James has much more power as well. Now, Jeanie Buss could trade him, but what would that do to our stock, which y'all failing to realize? A lot of people talking about Jeanie Buss need to trade him. I even said it, that, if you're not going to, if LeBron James is not going, if you're not going to, basically give LeBron James what he wants, just go ahead and trade him. That's what I stated. At the end of the day, yeah, your stock probably will fall, but that's the whole thing in a nutshell. It don't matter what Jeanie Buss says. It matter what that committee of stockholders say when Jeanie Buss go into that office for a meeting. When them guys sit there and say, Jeanie Buss say, what, I want to trade LeBron. And all the rest of them guys are sitting in that committee, women and men, sit there and say, you know what? Then our stock is going to fall, and we don't want that. So Jeanie Buss is going to go along with the stockholders to keep them happy, because stockholders are what runs corporations, okay? The ones that are not nonprofit. If y'all didn't know, certain information will be out. But anyway, it's not certain information will be out, but all you got to do is do your research. Google is your friend. You can get all the information that you need to know when it comes to stockbrokers, stockholders, and everything else in that perspective when it comes to financial investments. Now, the rumor came out that it was Ty Lue and Monty Williams are the head front runners of the Lakers organization as head coach. Also came out that Pelinka is already out there looking for a coach as well. 9 times out of 10, whatever they do, it's going to be based on what LeBron James wants. I believe it's going to be Ty Lue, because him and Ty Lue is good friends. Ty Lue helped LeBron James get to the finals 8 straight years. He's not bad, but I just think that Lou Ball is probably a better coach than Ty Lue. Anybody can coach LeBron James-led teams to the finals. The East was always weak. They've been weak for a while. This year probably was the best year that the East is probably looking like a decent conference now. But the previous years, no. Because if you look at LeBron James, what he did with the Cleveland Cavaliers, a bunch of journeymen. He took a bunch of journeymen to the finals. All right, so you have to look at that as well. They could not do nothing but the Golden State Warriors. They could have won game 1, but it did not fall in their lap. After that, Golden State just tore them apart. Plus, LeBron James kind of like gave up. I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to say that, but LeBron just gave up. He just worried about his stats in that, in that playoff and that finals I'm in. And I know some of y'all gonna come and criticize me on that aspect as well. But you got to call it for what it truly is. Now, with that being said, I don't think Monty Williams is going to be coach. I really think Ty Lue is. I believe that this is who LeBron James would prefer to be his coach. He said during the middle of the season when Ty Lue was let go, he stated himself, Ty Lue, you know where to find me. You know how to get up with me. So, at the end of the day, same thing with Carmelo Anthony. I told y'all that he wanted Carmelo Anthony to come there, but I believe Phil Jackson said something to Jeanie to prevent them from actually going and moving on Carmelo. But I'm going to tell y'all guys like this, Carmelo Anthony will be on this team this offseason. If I'm wrong, I'll shut it down. What I mean shut it down, don't mean by my videos on my channels, because I love my channel. I'll shut it down. I mean, I'll tie my mouth up with some oil or something and burn my lips and then come on here looking like Bubba Bristol or something like that. My lips burn. But anyway, I think Ty Lue is going to be the man that they're going to pick up. Another thing, Jeanie Buss came out and said that she is really hell-bent on getting Kawhi, trying to get Kwahi Leonard. Now, how true it is, coming out her mouth, I don't know, but this is sources, and this is not just sources, but this is people coming out of camp say that Jeanie Buss is focused on getting Kawhi Leonard. Now, that makes sense because I like the savagery in that, because Jeanie Buss, if it's true, she's stepping beyond all boundaries, because at the end of the day, I heard that you could not really talk while team players are still in their respective team. It's just like tampering. I'm not sure. I don't know how it works for somebody in the top of the front office. You could be fine, but it is what it is. But that's what's coming out of our circle. Now, that said, it didn't come out of Jeanie Buss' mouth, so that's probably why they won't consider it tampering. But people in the camp stated that this is what Jeanie Buss is looking towards getting. Now, also keep this in mind. AD will be the Pelicans will be looking to trade AD this offseason. He wore the shirt saying, that's it, folks. Letting you know that this is the end for him with the Pelicans, based on the fact I told you guys that the Pelicans basically had him not playing in so many games because they know he's injured prone, and they did not want him to get injured because it will basically bring his stock value down. It's hard to trade somebody that's on injury. So, so they try to make sure that they keep him healthy so that they can make a move and make a good trade. The Celtics might be the ones in the front running to make the trade because they have not been looking right ever since the trade rumors, and also since Kyrie and Hayward came back. A lot of them young players are not feeling Kyrie and kind of semi not feeling. I'm not going to say Hayward, but not really not feeling Kyrie. But we'll see from there. But the Lakers might even try to make the move to get AD with their young players. Brandon Ingram after this season will be a free agent, so they got to figure out what they're going to do about Brandon Ingram. Also with his health issues. Lonzo Ball, I feel like this at the end of the day, they should trade Lonzo Ball, because if you're not going to let Lonzo Ball run the point, then there's no point in having him here. Just for defensive purposes, we don't need that, because I feel like we're doing a disservice to Lonzo Ball. I think Lonzo Ball could be a great player on a team that will utilize his skill set, meaning let him run the floor and be the main point guard on that team. And I believe that once Lonzo Ball, I think, I don't know, I think he got 2 more years left, and then he got a team option and a player option, something like that, to that effect. I think Lonzo Ball and his father and all of them will actually sit down and talk about what they're going to do. And I believe that Lonzo Ball is going to probably opt out, or they're going to probably ask for a trade. So his father can start his legacy with all his boys getting on one team. That is Lonzo Ball, LeBron Ball's ideal way of, building up their dynasty and their, their credibility, as in, trying to get all balls on one team, which I respect, because they are moving in a direction where they're trying to make sure that Lonzo Ball gets the credit he deserves, and also utilize him for what he can do on the court. So, what else do we got here? Let me see what else. Also, keep this in mind. Luke Walton, Sacramento Kings did say that they were interested in Luke Walton. Also, it came also to say that they also interested in Monty Williams. I believe that Luke Walton's going to go to Sacramento King only because of the simple fact of Vlade Divac and his ties with the Lakers, and how much he respected and loved Magic Johnson. When Magic Johnson came out with that press conference and stating that he couldn't do it, he couldn't fire Luke because he couldn't really do it to Jeanie, you know what I'm saying? So he stepped down in that aspect, and I think Vlade Divac felt that, because Vlade Divac, if y'all remember, he was the one that made that layup in Game 1 against the Chicago Bulls, and him and Magic Johnson ran out and hugged each other, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jordan came back. No, they won that game. Yeah, they won. I think it was 4-1, something like that. They won that first game. The other game, Jordan and Chicago just went on about their business and did what they had to do. But Vlade Divac always respected Magic, and I think he felt Magic's pain when Magic was talking. And he, right after that, if you notice, he fired his coach and said that the Sacramento Kings front office said that they're interested in picking up Luke Walton. So it makes sense for right after that happened. Next thing you know, the next day, Jeanie Buss, Pelinka, and Luke Walton sat down, had a discussion. They decided to, part ways, and Luke Walton, out of mutual interest and respect to the organization, decided to step down, because I think he had an opportunity to go after the Sacramento Kings, which makes sense because he's still going to be in California. Sacramento, California. Yeah, so he's going to be in California in that area. So it just makes sense for him to go to Sacramento Kings. But my only problem with Luke Walton is that the Sacramento Kings are a bunch of young players. Are you going to do the same thing you did here in LA? Are you going to stunt the growth of the young players by allowing somebody like Fox sit on the bench when he's hot and let somebody else come in? Or Bobby Fields when he's killing and you decide to sit him on the bench and let somebody else come in because you want to run that hockey offense. That's what's killing you, Luke Walton. I hope and pray that you wake up. I hope you pray that you understand that, here in these 3 years with the Lakers, if you would just pay more attention to your rotation, your time management, it wouldn't have been so bad for you. But, you were stubborn and you basically got yourself fired. I know at the end of the day, listen, if you'd have put up better results the previous couple years and all that, it got the team where they're supposed to be. Look, at the end of the day, and I feel bad for him because in reality, he was already destined to go at the beginning of the season. He was already etched out. I told you guys that before. Their whole game plan was to get rid of Luke Walton anyway. Because LeBron James want to bring in the people that he can look up to, or the people that he can work with. Him and Luke Walton bump heads, I believe, now many times, but you can see it on some of the videos on YouTube on the sideline where, people catch the footage of him and Luke Walton going at it. So, at the end of the day, LeBron James didn't want to fill him. Remember, Klutch Management came out and stated that they wanted to get rid of Luke Walton. They didn't want him. So, eventually, they won't have to fire him. Jeanie Buss probably didn't want to. That's why Magic stepped down and let Pelinka make the final decision about letting go of Luke Walton. That was probably more easier for Magic than Pelinka. Pelinka's, he's savage. He don't give a hell. You know what I'm saying? So, they got rid of Luke Walton. And now, like I said, it could probably most likely be Ty Lue. So, we'll see where it goes from here. I hope that Lakers have opportunity to go after Kwahi Leonard. The only problem is that you got this other team in California. And they're like right across the river. Not really across the river, but you know, when I say river, I mean across the river of the sign, logo of the Lakers logo. And they're in the same building as the Lakers. Their little brother, who's actually on the rise, who got 2 open slots for superstar players. They got the money for it. They actually dumped a whole bunch of players. So with that being said, it's going to be a possibility that this team that actually is the little brother of the Lakers, with a man that's sitting in the front office that you consider as the man who's the opposite of the South, with the last name opposite of the South, who has a way better resume than most of these people that the Lakers are looking at, that might have a chance to actually pull off a stage the coup and actually get 2 superstar players. And one of them might be Kwahi Leonard, one might be Kevin Durant. We don't know. But at the end of the day, it makes more sense personally to me. I know a lot of people say, well, the Lakers, have more stock, they have more value. If you go in LA, all you see is Laker. That's understandable, that's true and all. But Kawhi Leonard, let's be real, Kawhi Leonard is low key. He don't really care. He just want to be back in Southern Cal, or California, you might almost say. Kevin Durant, listen, at the end of the day, social media helps a lot of these teams with their ratings, their advertisement and all that. Back then, whenever there was no social media, then yeah, you will flock to some of the top marketing teams. But now, some of these small marketing teams are getting much love on social media. You don't have to go on regular TV to watch these teams. You can go on social media and watch these on different outlets in order to see these teams in their respective markets. So with that being said, there's going to be an opportunity where this team across from the Lakers might have a chance to get Kawhi Leonard. How true it is, we don't know. But some players, according to rumors, some players are not looking forward to coming to LA because they feel it's toxic, and a lot of them don't want to be the sidekick to LeBron James. But here's my thing. AD or Kawhi Leonard will make a big asset to LeBron James. The reason why I'm saying that, because they're low-key players. They're not looking to be all up in the spotlight. They're somebody that can actually play off LeBron James. Both of them will be a Scottie Pippen to LeBron, and it will benefit LeBron in the long run. Kawhi Leonard, personally, probably will be the better fit, only because I think, how many times he been? Like a couple times? Yeah, a couple times. But he won a championship. He won an MVP. He's a good defensive player. All-around player. He can play four out of the 5 positions. And if they go small, he might play 5 too, depending on how they run their offense or their defense. But anyway, Kawhi Leonard is not a bad player. And I look at it like this. He will benefit LeBron James just as much as AD. If Jeanie Buss in the Lakers organization is able to pull it off, that's cool. If not, it is what it is. Then Rob Pelinka will be challenged this offseason to see if he's able to do things that Jim's supposed to do, and that's get LeBron James help. If he's not able to get LeBron James help, most likely he will be out the door. They will replace him with somebody like Griffin or somebody else. I know Griffin, I don't believe that the Lakers are going to get a vice president outside the Lakers family, which don't make sense. If anything, it might be the younger Buss brother that might get in there. Or they might get the man who got the opposite name of the South, Mr. Jerry West, I should say, because it's all respect due to the man, the myth, the legend. He might be one of the individuals that actually move up into the front office. By all means, personally, I will go after Jerry West and I will go after Mark Jackson. That's just me, because I feel like Jerry West's resume speaks for itself, and it makes sense for him to be a part of the Lakers organization to help this Lakers rebuild. Like Jerry West said, he don't mind taking risks. When it comes to trading players and stuff like that, he will do it. But he'll make sure he get the most qualified players in order to match what they're trying to do. As for that, Mark Jackson, to me, is a good development, young players coach. You can say what you want about him. I know what he did from Steve Kerr and all. Before the Golden State Warriors, before Steve Kerr got there. Some people would try to disagree. It's all good. That's your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. But like I said, I do things from a non-biased standpoint. I think Mark Jackson is the best fit for the Lakers when it comes to developing young players. Then after him, I would go with Monty Williams over everybody else. But because LeBron James like Ty Lue is on the front run. He might be the man that the Lakers pick up because it benefit LeBron James, because LeBron James can run that system. The only problem about that system is that system cannot be utilized in the West. It can be utilized in the East. The reason why, because the East for the last so many years has been very weak. If you look at it this year, it's much more potent and much more stronger than it's been the previous years. You cannot sit there and argue with me when it comes to facts, because all you got to do is look at the Cleveland Cavaliers team roster last year, a bunch of journeymen, and LeBron James took that team straight to the West and played the Golden State Warriors. He could not do the same thing for the Lakers here, and this team is way better than that team he had in Cleveland. So what does that tell you about LeBron James? that system just does not work. Maybe when you're trying to slow the game down and the game is like 5, like the team might be up by 5 or we might be up 5 and we're trying to control the tempo or try to keep the lead, then that's when the LeBron James system could be very effective. But as in 48 minutes, running up and down the court, no. LeBron James, and I must say this about Nick Wrong, okay? Nick Wrong is a foolish individual. Yes, I'm going to say it. He came out and stated that he doesn't agree with Chris Broussard, and he does not. And he said some people, are stating that LeBron James need to go, play the. Well, he said that some people are stating that LeBron James should play the power forward spot or play down low. He disagreed with that. He said LeBron James still should run the offense. Dude, are you like sleep or are you smoking crack? What are you doing, young man? Because in reality, let's be honest, LeBron James is not 20 years old no more. He's not the LeBron James that played in Cleveland, that took them to the finals, that played 80-something games and also had the most logging minutes. Plus, on top of that, LeBron James injured himself for the first time and played the less amount of games he ever played in his whole career. So you got to put all that in perspective. At the end of the day, if you're going to keep Lonzo Ball, you got to utilize Lonzo Ball for what he truly is, and that's a point guard, not no freaking off guard, not no Robinson or no Sofalocious and all them guys who just basically just there to play defense. That's not Lonzo Ball's skill set. I feel that you're doing a disjustice to that man, and I hope that the Lakers, if they do not utilize Lonzo Ball in that perspective as the main ball handler, please trade him. Please let him go to a team where he can be utilized, so that way him and his father can actually get his other brother LiAngelo Ball on that team, so they can build their dynasty, the Ball dynasty, on a respective team, so it'd be more fun to watch them than our Lakers sit here and struggle with a bunch of old men. I'm just being honest and I'm being real, because right now we don't know what the Laker game plan is. All we're getting is rumors, speculations. So each and every day we're going to hear something different about what the Lakers are planning on doing, about who they're trying to bring in as the coach, who they're going to, looking at roster. You're not going to hear nothing about that until July the 1st, when the free agent market opens up and they have opportunity to talk to some players, and then we can go from there. So I'm going to leave that open. I'm not going to really talk too much about that, because right now that's in the air, and everything I'm saying according to that aspect is speculation. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you're going to keep the young players, you do not trade for AD, then I would bring in Mark Jackson. That's just me, but I know they're leaning more towards Ty Lue. Ty Lue, like I said before, you can say what you want. He's not a good coach. In that case, you could have kept Luke Walton, but I know Luke Walton is not a LeBron James type of coach. So I understand that. So you're going to get Ty Lue. Ty Lue don't really have to do much, because LeBron James is going to basically run the offense. Now, if they get Kwahi Leonard or Anthony Davis, it's all fine and good, because Ty Lue don't have to coach. LeBron James can do what he wants. But if you just got LeBron James, you can't make no trades, you can't get no players, then I wouldn't rock with Ty Lue. That's just me. He don't have no experience when it comes to developing young players. I know he's part of the Lakers organization. I know he played with the Lakers before, and the Lakers love, for some odd reason, always hiring ex-Lakers, and it never freaking come to existence of what they're trying to do. I'm just being honest. I mean, let's be real. If you go back and look at the back in the days, yeah, but now, nah. Ever since Shaq, during the times of Shaq and Kobe and all them, and on up, nah. Phil Jackson wasn't a Laker. He was actually New York Knicks. He was New York Knicks, and he was a Chicago Bull, and they brought him in. So, and that's what happened. But anyway, that's my take on the thing. I'd like for you guys to tell me what you think about all this fiasco, toxic information that's going on. Who do you think Pelinka's going to go after, for coach? Me personally, I think Ty Lue is the front runner. I know a lot of people don't want him. Me personally, I don't want him. But it is what it is, man. It's the Lakers organization, and all we doing as fans just watching it. But I'm gonna tell you guys like this, man. I would go with Mark Jackson, Jerry West. That's my pick. And for all, for free agents, if Jeanie West talking about she want to go for Kawhi Leonard, then push it, baby, push it. Go after Kawhi. If we don't trade the young players, that's cool. But if you don't get a coach that's going to help these young guys develop, then it's a waste of energy, waste of time. These young players, I just feel like at the end of the day that it's a disservice to them. If you don't get a young player, then I think that it's best to go ahead and trade them. That's just me. Well, if you don't get a development coach, a young player development coach, it's best to trade them. With that being said, your man Below, like, share, subscribe, in the comment section, tell me what y'all guys think about all the stuff that's going on with Jeanie Buss putting the foot down, letting LeBron them know that she runs the business, but then at the same time, getting rid of Luke and allowing them, not really LeBron James and them, but allow Pelinka to find someone of LeBron James liking. So at the end of the day, I don't know who really has the power. Jeanie Buss might own the company, but LeBron James has everything in his hand, because the stockholders going to support LeBron James because he makes them rich. Let's be honest. Jeanie Buss could be ousted just like her brother can. If the committee decide that they don't want Jeanie Buss no more, she could be ousted her own company. It can happen. That's the crazy part. But anyway, y'all take care. Have a blessed one. Enjoy y'all weekend. And most of all, guys, please be safe out there. Love you.